Okay. Ready. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Desiree. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you haven't done so, if you come across my videos a lot and you like them, go ahead and click subscribe and click the notification bell so you are notified of when I post new videos. So this is going to be like kind of like a quick, this is like a really impromptu video, but I kind of want to discuss like getting into grad school with a low GPA and kind of what I did to get into graduate school with a low GPA, and well, basically a GPA that was like under a 3.0. And because I feel like it's just not talked about a lot. I feel like it's so doable to get into graduate school without having like the best GPA, right? And so I recently got accepted into my master's program in November. So I found out in November that I got accepted, which is just honestly overjoyed, excited, happy, scared, nervous, but just really just overjoyed that I got accepted. And I didn't have the greatest GPA. My GPA was not that great, okay, in undergrad. Like my undergrad GPA was like, ooh, not that great. But I worked really hard. I did overall well throughout my college throughout my college years. I just didn't have a phenomenal GPA, and that's okay. So I kind of want to discuss like what I feel like, what kind of helped me make my application like strong and stand out despite having a low GPA. And one of those things was having a strong personal statement. And I feel like that really contributes to me getting accepted, because I really worked so hard on that application. I worked hard on my overall application for grad school, but I worked really hard on my personal statement. And actually the year prior to me applying to this specific program that I got accepted to, I applied to 2 programs in 2019 for grad school, and I did not get in. So I applied in the fall of 2019 and found out that I did not get accepted to those 2 programs that I applied for in spring of 2020. So like in March and April when the world was shut down, and yeah. it was not a good March, April-ish. And so I did not get into the 2 programs that I applied for. And one was because I feel like my GPA wasn't strong enough. 2 was because I feel like I maybe wasn't a strong enough candidate. I mean, I did get waitlisted for one of the programs, but I ended up not getting accepted in my wait list. I was just on the wait list, but they ended up not accepting me on the wait they ended up not accepting me anyway, even though I was on the wait list. So I worked really hard on the 3rd time that I applied for the particular program that I got accepted to. The 3rd time I applied for grad school to a different school, different program, I was like, I really want to make sure that my personal statement also talks about my job experience. In my personal statement, I really wanted to come off as, this is why y'all need me in your program. I had to sell myself, but I had to sell myself in a way that was like, there's so many reasons why y'all need me in your program. So, and I just had I worked on my personal statement for like a year, but I also had a lot of people look at my personal statement, read my personal statement. Like, I was always constantly changing my personal statement, shifting it, changing it until it was really perfect. But I made sure to utilize like people I work with, you know, people in the field, and so I made sure I contact them so they can help me. So that was number 1, like definitely my personal statement. 2 is that I really made sure that I put on my resume job experiences that was relatable to the position, to the program that I was applying for. So my program is really about education, counseling. That's the type of program I applied for. And so I made sure I listed all the times that I worked in education, out of college, out of school, anything about teaching and advising students. That's what I put on my resume. Also, I feel like what made me a strong enough candidate is that I had experience working in the field that I'm trying to pursue. And so a lot of people apply for graduate programs with like no relatable job experience in that particular field. Like some people, like you have to kind of have some experience. Like, you know, I had to have some experience when it came to advising and counseling. And if I didn't have that, then I don't think I would have been strong enough candidate because my GPA was low. And I forgot to add that for my personal statement, I expressed why my GPA was low, what was the reason, what happened in my life at that time that caused my GPA to kind of go low, like for me not to do so well in school. And I also described how I persevered, how I was able, what ways I did to kind of pick myself up from whatever life event that I was going through. So personal statement, relevant, a relevant job experience. Make sure I had a clean and crisp resume. My resume was on point. Like I pretty much tweaked my resume a little bit, but also I was able to get a job in the pandemic that was also related in the field that I was pursuing. And so I kind of made sure I tweaked that. So definitely I made sure my resume was really all set together. Also, I took some classes post-bachelors. So some programs will accept your post-bachelors classes. So since my GPA was low, I made sure to take other post-bachelor classes. So I made sure to take a class through an extension class. I made sure to take like 2 or 3 classes out of community college, just so they can so those grades can be counted in my GPA with my other GPA, my undergrad GPA. So that's what I did too, to try to make my GPA strong enough, which it did. I end up by me taking post-bachelor classes, so classes after I graduated from college at like a community college or through an extension class, I was able to get my GPA up to a 3.0. But honestly, not all programs accept post-bachelor classes, so it's really important if you are thinking about applying to graduate school to ask if they accept post-bachelor classes. So that's one thing I feel like that contribute to me doing you know, of course, being qualified and getting accepted. And then also, I'm trying to think, personal statement, resume. You have low GPA and you are thinking about applying to graduate school, is definitely having strong letter of recommendations. It's so important to definitely have strong letter of recs. If you don't have strong letter recommendations, then you can just it's not good. It's not good. So I really reached out to people, professionals I knew, and advisors and managers and people and fellow co-workers at the college I was working at, to write me a letter of rec that can really speak to my ability to do well in the program, my passion, my ability, my skill set. So it's so important that you have a letter of recommender who can speak to those things, your skill set, your capabilities, your abilities to do well and succeed in the program, and also can speak on your job experience. Like, you know, she's organized, she's dedicated, he's ready, you know, who can speak to you as a person, as an individual, as a worker, and as a potential grad student. So those are some of the things that I feel like if you have a low GPA can get you into grad school. I feel like those were kind of my thing. I feel like those were all the things that kind of helped contribute and help me get into grad school. Honestly, I feel like this is the thing. I don't really know what really pinpoint or made them say, hey, we're gonna accept her, but hey, I feel like those things definitely contribute to me being able to get an interview. And then after the interview, I stayed true to myself, and I spoke about who I am and my capability and why I would be a good fit to the program. So I hope this video was good and I hope this video was helpful, and I can always do another video about getting to grad school, but I wanted to share a little couple tips and what helped me get into grad school with a low GPA. Alright, talk to y'all later. Bye.